police got towed on him. Probably laid out on the
We're
ground
live.
because she. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
That's okay.
It's gonna be one of them days, Anthony. Just ready for.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Welcome to Third Eye Visions, where we motivate the blind, stimulate your mind, and welcome all kind.
Okay, y'all. We got a hot one today. I got my friend on here, Adel LeJune. Disagrees with the response to the rioters on the capital. And we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. As we get situated, come on in the room. We're going to talk about it,
Hey,
baby.
I'm Mike. That's my cousin Nancy. Welcome to the Third Eye Vision. We're going to get it popping for you. Keep it moving.
Welcome to Third Eye Visions, where we motivate the blind, stimulate your mind, and welcome all kind.
Y'all come on in. I'm going to allow y'all a chance to come on in and play the little intro. We're going to talk about the riots that happened last week. From a blind person's point of view, or someone who is a Caucasian woman. So we want to get her honest opinion about it, how she feels, what constitutes her to really comment on it, what she feels, and all that good stuff. So y'all sit back and relax and check out the video.
Hey, I'm Mike. That's my cousin Nancy. Welcome to the Third Eye Vision. We're going to get it popping for you. Keep it moving.
Hello, everyone. This is Marcus, Anthony's co-worker,
Come on in the
the
room.
host of Third Eye Visions. I feel that Third Eye Visions is a great platform to expose the world to persons with disabilities, more especially the blind. I feel that Third Eye Visions is doing a wonderful job of providing resources and showing extraordinary talents and gifts and modes of independency that are previewed and shown for the world to see for blind people and for other persons with disabilities. Anthony, I think you're doing a great job with your platform. I pray that you continue on keeping God first and keeping Him involved in all of your endeavors. And I pray that you continue on doing a wonderful and great job of showing the world how blind people can be totally independent.
Y'all
Thank you
get
for your
ready.
service, sir.
A hot
Great
one.
job.
No problem. Thank you. I got my girl on here, Adel LeJune, all the way from Kentucky, baby. She's going to give you her point of view and express how she feels. This is her opinion. It's not up for debate. Y'all get ready. We'll be ready in about 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Welcome
Hey,
to
I'm
Third Eye
Mike.
Visions.
That's my cousin Nancy. Welcome to the Third Eye Vision. We're going to get it popping for you. Keep it moving.
Y'all on Facebook, y'all hit the like button. Y'all on YouTube, hit the like button. Give me y'all a chance to come on in here. All right, here we go. Let me get my music straight. Okay, hold tight. Okay. Okay, here we go. Welcome to Third Eye Visions, where we motivate the blind, stimulate your mind, and welcome all kind. My name is Anthony Parker. Please subscribe. Please hit that notification bell when you do. To the newcomers, Thanks for subscribing. And to you old heads, you already know what time it is. And once you check out the video, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, then I understand. But comment and then share it so everybody else can be a part of the movement. Don't just keep it all to yourself. Today, we're going to talk about the riots that happened last week. And this, this is basically to show that not only do blind people participate in sports, we cook, we do all the other things, but we do have opinions about certain things as well. So I just thought I'd be able to bring someone to share their opinion about what has transpired at the Capitol last week, which was very traumatic and very bad, all that good stuff. And I have my friend who I've been knowing for almost 30-something years, white, who's a Caucasian woman, who's also visually impaired, who's going to share her opinions about it and talk about why she feels she has why she feels she has the expertise in her own words to talk about it. So with that being said, first of all, she is a learning individual, and I'm gonna allow her to just basically introduce herself to those who haven't seen you and familiarize the people. Go ahead,
Anthony. I'd like to say thanks for having me on the show again. It's been a long time, and I appreciate this platform, and I appreciate everybody having the opportunity to tune in. And I think this is a timely matter that I've come on the show, and that you've allowed me to come on the show, because I've already made my feelings known about this to a couple of people, and I'd like to give you some background on it, because I don't feel it's my opinions. A lot of people, everybody has the right to their opinion, yes, but my opinions are based on my work experience of close to 20 years. I used to work in the internal affairs unit of my police department as a transcriber. What that means is you type the police interviews that they give to officers and witnesses and the people that come in and complain. You also type all the audio and video, discussions or events that go on during an arrest, during 911 calls, and during an investigation. So that means a lot of this stuff that you type is going to be live. And in the internal affairs unit, what they do is they investigate the police to see if the officers on the scene that made the arrest were wrong in doing so. So you've heard the rhetoric, everybody. And I'm talking to my people. I'm not talking to anybody else today but my people. You've heard the rhetoric for a long time. Oh, black folks are saying that officers are targeting them and brutalizing them and shooting them and unarmed and all that kind of stuff. Well, you know what? It ain't rhetoric. I've typed it. I have heard for close to 20 years unarmed black men being shot by white officers. I have never heard black or white officers shooting unarmed white men. I have heard officers pulling over a black man, don't matter what zip code he lives in, and accusing him of stealing a car because they assume, and they assume it, they cover it up by saying it's probable cause, but it never is. They assume he stole it because he is selling drugs. Well, they run the car. They find out that it belongs to the black man. I have never heard this happen when a white man or woman or a white person drives a nice car in any zip code. No officer will do that. You know, and that brings me to something, Anthony. That brings me to something, okay? Brings me to something, and I got to say this, okay? Talking to my people, Anthony, I'm not talking to anybody else. I want you to keep that in mind. I want everybody out there to keep that in mind. I am talking to white folk, and Anthony's giving me the platform to do it. I've heard white folks say, well, my family was poor. I don't know white privilege. I ain't got no advantages like these white people do. I got $5 in food stamps while somebody else got 100. Guess what? I got something to say to you. You can walk any street in any zip code and not get shot by the police, white or black. You can drive a nice car in any zip code because you're white, and you ain't gonna get pulled over because they think you stole the car. Is there anything else you think you need to say? I'm not covering everything yet, but I'm gonna try.
And that's I'm glad that you focused on that, because I was going to ask you, as you've worked in the internal affairs for 20 years, you've heard a lot and whatnot. So that has basically formulate your opinion about how people of a different color have been treated over the years, and that's a good thing. And I appreciate the fact that you are coming on here and sharing your opinion. Now, I want to fast forward to today's issues and focus on what you have heard, and give your opinion as a person of a who's Caucasian,
All right,
and give your opinion about what you think.
Okay. All right, but I have to segue into that. I got to
Yeah,
segue
let's
into
go.
that. I got to segue into that, Anthony, because I'm not finished.
Mhm.
I'm gonna segue into that, but I'm gonna still keep talking about my experience. Okay, still
Okay.
keep talking about it. All right. I have never heard a white or black police officer kneeling on a white man's neck like they did George Floyd. I'm still talking. I got to segue into this, Anthony, to make myself clear.
Go ahead.
I will answer your question, but I have to make myself clear. A lot of my people, oh, it shocked y'all. Oh, yeah. Saw it on national television. 8 minutes and 46 seconds, I believe. Why did it take y'all so long? I've been hearing that close to 20 years of my life. Black man saying, I can't breathe, 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 I can't breathe. While a white officer's always kneeling on him. I never heard a white man saying that. I never heard a white man being kneeled on by a black officer or a white officer. Now I'm going to start going into last summer. Okay, I'm going this last summer. All these protests that happened for Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, and others. Peaceful protests. Peaceful protests. And these officers are over-prepared and armed to the teeth. With guns, with mace, with tear gas, and got snipers on the roofs of buildings, and what dogs. I gotta add that in. But then, last week, my people, the thugs, storm the Capitol. And some of the officers are taking selfies, say, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the Capitol. I'll see you on the internet. Come back again. Do whatever you want to do. Seemed to me that they had a tour. Because I think they said on the news the day before, there were tour groups touring the Capitol.
That's what I heard too.
The day before. Okay? Why? And also, let me say something. Let me say something, because on the news they're saying, oh, there was warnings about it. All these groups, these extremist groups, are warning. They were placing warnings on social media for everybody to know that this is going to happen. Well, you know what? If black folks had placed a warning on social media about their protest, it would never happen. Never happened.
Let me stop. Let's stop and ask. Welcome subscribers, welcome viewers. What do you say to people who may say, "Well, oh, man, she don't know what she's talking about," or just disclaim what you're saying, and I know that you're being truthful as someone who is Caucasian.
All right.
What would you say?
Yeah, because I've already got into that argument already. I got into that argument. You're just watching ABC, CBS, NBC, CNN. You just wait till your president gets in office and he makes you take the vaccine and he makes you do this and he makes you do that, takes away all of your freedoms. You know what? You're saying it, and you're white, and if black folk had stormed the Capitol, if black folk had even got that far to even get to the Capitol, you would have agreed with everything the police would have done to him, whether they'd have shot him, whether they'd have pepper sprayed him, whether they'd have tear gassed him, whether they would have arrested him on the spot. They'd have arrested him on the spot. There'd have been dead bodies all over the place. And you know what? I've been hearing everybody on the news saying that even during the impeachment debates, 5 people died. 5 people died. Where was that when all these black men were dying? All these black people were dying for God knows how many years. What the hell were we saying then? What the hell were we saying then? Oh, we were just conveniently like silent. Like, oh, you know what? My peoples was going on the premise that we were raised on. You've got a problem, and if it don't affect me, then you don't have a problem. That's what we're raised on, that basic philosophy. Go ahead.
Why do you think that the riots which happened last Wednesday it's me speaking from a black person's point of view. Why do you think they were more eager, or there was more of an access to allow things like this to happen? Do you strongly think that it's because of their race, or
yes,
is it, or
yes,
let me ask,
yes.
hold on. Do you think it's because of the race, or do you think it's because they had help, or do you think that just go and tell me what you think.
Hell yeah, it was because of race. There was a video. Wasn't there a video of a black Capitol police officer being chased by somebody that was white, and he couldn't do nothing? You know, he was trying to. I guess I don't know if there was a video about that, but yeah, hell yeah, it was because of race. Hell yeah, it was because of race. How many times? How many times? I mean, it shows. Okay, they're saying they were unprepared. Oh yeah, there was help. Hell yeah, from the commander-in-chief. Hell yeah. He said, that's another thing. You know, for those who think I don't know what I'm talking about. Our current commander-in-chief. Y'all stay strong. Y'all fight like hell. And by the way, for those of y'all that think that it wasn't his supporters, it don't matter if it was his supporters or not. They were white. They got away with it. Forget the name of the group. Forget the name of whether it was his supporters or not. Look how long it took our commander-in-chief to, say, we love you. We think you're special. Go home. Capitol Police escorted him out like royalty, saying, see you on the internet. Come back again. I don't know what else to say. That's what I think. I mean, I know it was. There's too much evidence. What more do you need? Was it wide enough for you people? If black people had done this, and it's true, I've typed it over and over. Oh, by the way, before I forget. You know what the white folk came in my unit to complain about more often than not?
Go ahead.
If they did. You know what they complained about?
Go ahead.
I got a speeding ticket. oh, there's an officer that gave me a speeding ticket, or they said I was driving the wrong way down this X of a street, or that officer was driving too fast down I-64 or I-71. He's driving too fast.
So
That's
like
what I heard.
simple things that they would come and complain about. I mean,
That's the truth. That I'm telling you the truth, Anthony.
Now, what's your opinion about? There's supposed to be. They have I guess some evidence that there's going to be some more rioting coming soon. Like I think starting on the 16th.
I know that
they're going to riot all of the capitals and whatnot. I don't know if it's going to be the same.
I have a feeling. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think there have been some riots protests at state capitals. But you know what? That's the thing. My people better wake up, because we've shown ourselves out to be who we really are. We really have.
What do you mean? Okay, when you say my people need to wake up,
white folk.
Go more specific in terms of waking up.
I'm telling you, white folk that are
No.
Trump supporters and
hold on. Let's focus on the waking up aspect. I mean, what do they need to wake up to?
That they voted for a dictator, and he don't care about anything and about except himself, and that's it. And they need to wake up that Black lives really do matter, and that this stuff really does happen to people of other races and other other colors. And if they plan to riot, I can almost bet you it's going to be more white folks that's going to do it.
Now, I've also heard that, and I want to get your opinion on this, that there were several groups who were impostoring, or there were imposters in that group that posed as BLMs and other individuals who may have contributed to the. It wasn't all just the Trump supporters. So, what is your opinion about that? Because I really don't believe it. But as a Caucasian woman, what's your opinion about that? Or have you heard about it?
I didn't hear about that.
That there were imposters in the group that are starting that are starting these riots.
What color were they first?
They didn't really say that. They just mentioned that there were other groups aside from the Trump supporters.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because they're still supporting the stop the steal type of thing. They still want the elections to be overturned. They don't want the incoming president to be president, and they still want white supremacy. It doesn't matter if they were impostering or posing as Black Lives Matter. They still support white supremacy and white privilege. It don't matter. Don't matter what you call them.
So you strongly, and I don't want to sound repetitious, but I'm gonna keep asking you every once in a while, and look into what we're talking about. So you think that strongly believe that it was, as a white person, that there was a sense of white privilege.
Absolutely.
that
Absolutely.
happened.
Absolutely, because they're scared. They're scared to death. I was about to say shitless, but I already said it. They are scared to death. That they're because I've had friends of mine say it. I've had friends of mine saying this.
Say what?
Well, my freedoms are being taken away because they're required to wear a mask. That ain't stupid and social distance. That ain't dumb. I don't know. When you hear people doing that and ripping masks off other people's faces, you practicing your privilege. You've always had it.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to extremes like that, and you don't care about the people who really have COVID and trying to protect them, and you're not gonna wear a mask because it circumvents your right not to. You don't wear that cotton picking mask 24 hours a day. Shut the hell up. Don't we have a speed limit? I guess you break that too, but I was about to say, don't we have a speed limit? That drivers have to adhere to, and stoplights and this. But I guess you run them too. So now you're gonna talk about not wearing a mask or anything. So I don't know, Anthony. I'm trying to answer your question, but I don't think I am.
Well, let me ask you this one then. Now I got the gist of it. As a as a Caucasian woman who strongly feels what you feel about well, let's put it like this: your race. Why do you think that? Okay, me personally, the riots on the Capitol, to me, had nothing to do with had nothing to do with black people.
No.
Why do you?
Of course it didn't.
Let me finish. Why do you think that an issue had been made or is made about that when it was strictly had to do with overturning the election?
Because the simple fact that if black people had done it, and it's been proven over and over with peaceful protests that were not even riots, peaceful protesters that were dispersed from nothing, over and over and over again. That's why it don't have to do anything with black people. These people, white people, exercising their privilege. They knew they were going to get in. White people has never been afraid of the police, ever.
Great point.
Ever. Oh, we paid their taxes. We have let you have your job. And stuff like that. That's why.
I want you to repeat what you just said about white people not
figure out what I said.
That white people have never been afraid of the police. I think that's an interesting statement.
They're not. Because for one, if they were, they'd be fighting for their justice. They'd be coming in to an internal affairs unit and trying to fight for justice. They're not afraid of it, but police, because they ain't got nothing to complain about. We pay their taxes. We're keeping you in a job. Black people pay police taxes for the police department too. But yet, the police, for however long, probably since police began in this country, has always focused on lynching black folk, catching black folk, and returning them to when there was slavery, and searching them for no reason. This is the modern day thing. Accusing them of things they didn't do, like stealing their own car when it's actually registered to them. Accusing them for being into drugs, and because they're driving a nice car in a certain zip code or any zip code. Right. I really wish I could answer your question, Anthony, but I don't think I am. I don't think you
did. No, you did not. Now, for just before I ask this other question, just for the viewers who are on here and say, well, they may, and I'm just asking what they probably would be thinking. Why is she so emotional? Why is she blah blah blah? Why? Tell them in your own words why you feel what you. And I know you said earlier about you worked in the internal affairs unit, but as far as you feel you should not feel what you do as a white person. What do you have to say to that?
Because let me say something. If I didn't feel what I was feeling, and if I wasn't speaking out like I was speaking, I'd be just like my race. It ain't my problem. It don't affect me, so there ain't a problem. Mm-hmm. And then too, I'm looking at it from a deeper standpoint. Okay.
Yeah.
Looking at it, and I'm going to try to explain this, and I need you to help me clarify this. Okay. I'm from a group of people. I'm blind. I'm from a group of people that my people do not put on an equality level with themselves. For sighted white folk, they don't. It don't matter what group it is: black, blind, anybody of a different religion than they are, anybody of a different lifestyle than they are. The white privileged class has always marginalized any group of people, and I'm not trying to lump it in, but what I am saying is, when we get my people who've had the advantages of their privilege to extend equality, extend financial advancement for HBCU. I'm sorry,
That's good.
historically black colleges and universities.
Mm.
Extend. Stop redlining, extending, affordable housing everywhere. Stop redlining these neighborhoods. Stop gentrifying other neighborhoods. To stop making these neighborhood covenants and all that kind of stuff. When we stop doing that, and sighted population is enjoying equality, regardless of race, regardless of color, regardless of the group they belong to, regardless of their lifestyle affiliation, then blind people and disabled people will hopefully have a better chance at experiencing it. Equalities. That's why I'm not talking about our issues, because if the able-bodied sighted people are choosing, especially my privileged people at the top of the heap, to keep other people down, there ain't no sense in talking about my issues with privileged people who have already counted me out.
Right, I got you. It makes a great point. Definitely.
I hope you do, because I'm just talking. I'm losing track of everything I'm saying.
I'm feeling what you're saying. And let me take a pause for a second. Welcome, Mike, to the show. I respect you for who you are, because as I mentioned earlier, I've been knowing you for a long time, and these are your honest opinions about what you feel and whatnot. And as a black person, going to school with you and everything, you've always been Adele. I didn't see you as
Let me say this. Let me say this. All this stuff, all the injustices that have occurred with black, brown people, black people, that only because I know that I've typed about the injustices of black people more than any other group of people.
Right. Wow.
It proves, validates, enhances, and corroborates everything black people's been trying to tell us for 400 years.
And by that same token, let me stop right there. So by you saying that everything had in your opinion had come to a head last week with a culmination of let's say, like you said, white people feeling that they're a privilege, or they feel that they are owed certain things. So you think that was the culmination of everything, or there's more to come? Because in the midst of all that, there were also skinheads. There were also,
I know that.
Talk about that.
I don't think it's a culmination. No.
Go ahead.
You know why?
Go ahead.
Reason why I don't? Because the minute that you think, this is just Adele talking, the minute that you think that this is the high point or it's the peak point, that's telling me you ain't planning on preparing for nothing, because you were unprepared the last time. Now you're excusing yourself, and now you're just saying, oh, well, it's over. We've been through the worst of it. No, we haven't. My people still have to be shown again and again. One time ain't enough. One national television, a couple of national television type of interaction or broadcast, it's not going to do it. 400 years of worth of denial and excuses and self-righteousness and privilege and power and supremacy. That for one or two national television views of injustice toward black people, and a national televised broadcast of my people, the thugs, and of my people practicing insurrection via the Capitol, thanks to our commander-in-chief. That's not going to be enough. You can't undo 400 years of damage by just having a couple of nationally televised things go on that my people are doing. That's not going to happen. That's not going to stop them from trying again.
That's a great point. Now, you also mentioned you called them. You called the people thugs.
They are.
And I want to ask you this question. There were many people that had taken part in the riots on the Capitol. So And I know people that always want to say don't quantify by saying everyone, all things like that. Do you think? And I was just asking, do you think all of these people, even, who are white or mostly white, were thugs, or were there any of these individuals who were actually in the beginning protesting for what they feel is a good reason?
Let me tell you something. They may have began protesting, but do you know I'm gonna tell my people. Do you know of such of a thing as trespassing? Every cotton pig and one of them trespassed on the Capitol. I don't care if you started protesting. I don't care if you were just planning to walk around the Capitol like, hey, what does it look like?
That's a great point.
You trespassed on the Capitol. That is an offense. You trespassed. That's why I can call you a thug. I guarantee you, my people, if they'd have broke down the door like they broke down the gates of the Capitol and opened up the door of your house, came in, you sure would have had something to say about it and called him a thug.
That's a great point. So yeah, I mean, I feel that there's a sense of double standard, but in interviewing some of the individuals who were rioting, they tried to make reference to the movement, the Black BLM movement during the summer, where there were riots in Oregon, and there were different places that were burned down and what have you. What's your opinion in reference to that as it relates to what happened last Wednesday?
I bet you, yeah.
Okay.
Every cotton pig and one of them was found out and they were arrested for that.
That's a great point.
Yeah, quickly. Didn't take a week like it's doing now.
Great point.
Didn't have to see 10,500 videos all over social media. Who is this? Mm-hmm. We got to find out who this is. No! Heck no. I got to have a drink. Hang on a second.
You can take a pause. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Third Eye Visions, where we motivate the blind and also stimulate your mind. So it's not just about blindness. Every once in a while, I bring on stimulating issues about topics to let everybody know that not only do we involved with ourselves with technologies and we do things in a different manner, but just to let everybody know that we keep up with trending topics. And I have here Adel LeJune, who is a Caucasian woman who's also blind, giving her point of view about the riots which happened last week at the Capitol. I'm asking you this question, and I know you're gonna give me an honest opinion. Do you think that the president, or let's say it like this, do you think some of the remarks that he has been saying over the years, over the months, have been racial remarks? And with that being said, do you think I know you probably know because you haven't met him. Do you think he's a racist?
Oh, hell yeah. He was a racist all of his life. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, some of his, I think his uncles were members of the KKK, and they got arrested for various whatevers, and because they were members of the KKK. He was born into this. Oh, heck yeah, he's a racist.
And that's cool. I'm glad you answered it that way, because like you mentioned, because there were some apparently some KKK members allegedly there and whatnot. And I just wanted to get your opinion, because as it relates to the riots on the Capitol, because there were many white folks from different groups, and the KKK was one of the groups that participated, or at least they had KKK apparel on representing that group and whatnot. So I just want to ask you, so you have any more comments on the riots as it relates to how you feel as a white person?
Not on the riots, but I will say this president not only needs to be impeached but convicted, and not able to run for office again. And I will say, had we gone on and done the 25th Amendment and removed him, I don't think that would have prevented him from running for office again if he chose to. I think we need to move forward toward a conviction, and ensure that he is disqualified from running for office again.
Great point. One of my friends just commented, First Amendment Ed, who is a white person, stated that this is not for over. You know, let
No.
me hold on a second. They're not going to go away quietly. What's your opinion about that?
Oh, I completely agree, because they've had a long time to gather together, and they've been ignored so long that they're not afraid. They're not afraid of law enforcement at all, because they're going to get too much help from higher ups, that even some representatives and senators probably that voted against impeachment. I mean, you had lawmakers giving tours of the Capitol or allowing them into capitals, and you've also had lawmakers being against the turnstiles that they had to go through, to search and make sure they were not armed, or they weren't carrying any type of questionable things with them into the Capitol. They've already tried to circumvent that to begin with. So no, heck no, it's not going to go away.
And as a black person, it really. I mean, I don't mind them protesting for whatever reason that they thought they were doing, but it just to me, and I can't see either, but it was a bad time. It was bad because on the whole country, especially for the fact that we looked at the two different protests and to see. Now you see how a group of individuals who are of a different race protested, and the response that happened, as opposed to if you were of another color, and the response that you get. And that's why I want to have you on here and allow you to share your thoughts as a person who was white, and just to give your honest, truly opinion about it. And that is what you have done. I appreciate that. You have any more?
No, Anthony, I believe I've said it as clearly as I'm going to say it, and I know I'm probably going to have people disagreeing with me, but that's not going to be the first time, nor will it be the last. And due to my experience typing the reality of Black people, no, I have not lived it, but I've heard it and I've typed it. That's not going to change my so-called opinion. I've got facts to prove it. I have facts to back it up. I'm not just listening to one Black person telling me all this. I've listened to thousands and thousands and thousands of Black people telling me the same thing.
Hold on a second. DJ Ben Dope, thank you for coming on. He said speak the truth. Kim Blind Talk with Kimmy says great show. So they're all with you in the aspect. And yeah, people are going to comment. I mean, but this is not up for any debate. That's why I don't. Me personally, as I say this, I don't really comment too much about situations like this. But I just want, I said previously why I'm doing it. But you can't. Your opinion is your opinion. You can't change anybody's opinion. You don't have to. You can't spend your time trying to make me believe what you believe. Whatever, you just voice your opinion. You either like it or you don't. Go ahead.
Correct. I completely agree. People are going to have their opinions, and they're going to get them from the sources that they feel comfortable with, whether they be their friends, whether they be just any written source or anything. But I have the unique perspective of having heard the reality, so I feel a responsibility to convey that fact, that I have sat there and typed that reality, heard the videos, heard the audio of all of that going on. I have a responsibility to convey that I'm not just expressing an opinion that was
right.
that was just gathered up. Oh, today I believe this. Yeah, light finally turned on. Oh, yep. No. I've had this for years and years and years, and it's been proven and validated with the Black history that Black people have trusted me enough to tell it to me about.
That's real talk, though. Now, First Amendment Ed, as I mentioned, he stated that, and you talked about whether they're going to be afraid. And I want you to get your comment on this. He said they're not going to be afraid because they have the policemen on their side.
Hell yeah. You got proof of that? Yeah, police taking selfies with
and when they told me about that, I was floored.
I'm not.
when this happened.
I'm not.
I
Look
really
what happened
was.
in Kenosha. Look what happened in Kenosha. When they let that guy that shot that the police officer or whoever
Yeah,
that
you're right.
shot that.
You're
Yeah,
right.
look at that. Look at
You're
come
right.
on. This ain't the first time. You got tons of evidence that my people's had privilege and they've enjoyed it and they've enjoyed no fear.
And I don't mean to keep using disclaimers, but you've been knowing me for ever since I was a little boy. And
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, I'm really not prejudiced.
I'm
I
gonna say something about that too.
I just want to say that I love my race, and I do my best to read up on it
I'm glad you do.
so that I can be in the know. So
Yeah.
this show is not to really, because if I could have easily found somebody who was white, bring them on, just try to get ratings or whatever. But I like I said, I like your honest opinion about what you're saying, and it's your opinion, your true
Yes, it
opinion
is.
about it. Go ahead.
Yes, it is, because yes, you could have gotten a number. You could have just, I don't know, just drew them from a box, I guess.
Right,
I don't know.
right.
I may be one of the few that's going to disagree with it, but I mean, you could have got somebody that totally disagreed with that. It's going to say, I don't know, black on black. Black
Great
people
point.
kill black people all the time. Oh, so that excuses white police for killing black people. Oh, since black on black. Oh, since that happens, that just justifies you all the way. Since it ain't your problem, it don't affect you, so they don't have a problem. Oh, so we're just justified since black on black kill black people. We have to go in there and search everybody on that street and shoot up everybody on that street for no reason because black people kill black people. Really?
Great point. Great point, Kimmy. Blind talk with Kimmy. I think Kim, and I'm speaking to one of my subscribers. I think a lot of blind people, and that'll be another subject I may touch on. Don't see racism, but I don't want to.
No, but you know what?
But
I'm gonna say something at the end. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, I don't think
had
they
racist. I had racist upbringing too. We as blind people cannot exempt ourselves from the fact, especially those of us who are white. We were programmed too. Oh, yes, we were.
That's a great point.
We can't. I don't care if we were the bottom of the heap with our people. I don't care that how they treated us as blind people. They just kind of put us in a corner and let us sit there and as long as we stayed quiet and stayed out the way, we were all right. We can't do that. We can't do that. No.
And that's why I wanted to share this talk about the riots. As a blind person, we still have opinions about certain things. And to me, and I asked you earlier, do you think that this was a combination of a lot of things, and it just overboiled? I kind of really feel that it is, and it's just showing the country and the world. I mean, I'm speaking about the riots in the world, how we are treated as two different races, as black and as white, and it was done on national television, and it was done like it's like nothing, and the fact that they had the access to the Capitol.
Yes.
I talked with Tawanda, and I was like, man, how you think they were able to get in, and how was it so easy for them? And I was like, man, where are the policemen? Where is somebody to help stop this situation?
That was on purpose.
And go ahead.
That was on purpose because a lot of them agreed with it. A lot of them helped them. There was inside help with that. I believe that maybe the Capitol Police were the few that was there. I don't know what their reasoning was. I mean, I know they were overwhelmed, but the fact that they didn't have help, they had to know they wasn't going to get help. Somebody had to ignore the Capitol Police, the upper command. The chief at the time resigned, so the upper command with the Capitol Police, the intelligence thereof, and the fact that they were warned about this forever and a day. That was total purposeful. Not ignorance. That's not the right word, but they just totally just let it go on purpose, and they invited the insurrection.
Now, Blind Talk with Kimmy said thanks. She wants to say thanks for sharing your experience and whatnot. Definitely. I understand exactly what you're saying, but I lost my train of thought. But yeah, I too believe that it
Well,
was
how
an
many
interesting
times?
person.
How many times is black people even? I'll say this, okay? How many times you get a black, black people not even protesting, okay? And all they're doing is gathering. Maybe they're going to have a party. Maybe there's too many people on the porch, and guess who calls the police for that? Just for black people gathering. I've typed that too. How many times do just black people just gather? They're just outside.
That's a great point. That's a great
And
point.
guess what happens? The police comes over and tells them, oh, I've got another story to tell you. I'm sorry, Anthony. I got another story to tell you. It's more personal than that. It's more personal than that. I was trying to go to the hairdresser, and I live downtown. I was trying to go to the hairdresser. It was real cold outside. And a black man was asking me, do you need some help? Oh yeah, I gotta go hairdresser. I don't know where I think I've crossed the wrong street or whatever, because there was snow on the ground. So, snow in Kentucky, it gets pretty deep. So even if you're a cane traveler, you don't have your landmarks at all.
That's right.
You don't. Well, police came up, made the black man leave, and made me go home. And later on, I heard too many police radio scans. There's a black man with a white girl. Go see about that.
Are you serious?
Yeah. They didn't want a black man with a white girl. They didn't want a white girl with a black man. I'm telling you, Anthony, anytime that I have been lost, anytime that I looked like I was lost, the people that have come to my assistance the most were black people. I'm going to say that right now.
It's a great point. I'm saying you have a lot of experiences. I'm gonna definitely hold those and not trying to just skate over what you just said.
Okay, that's fine.
We can hold that for different stories, because I definitely get your opinion about these things. But as we wrap up, this situation about how you feel about the rioters, I like how you pull your experiences together, and then you actually have
I'm trying to.
You have the reason, you have I guess you're able to speak on it because of your job and what have you, and where you work and what got. So that definitely pulls all these things together.
That's a very unique situation that very few people get to be in, and to establish that it is fact and to say that it's fact. That's why I don't have an opinion. My opinions are based on fact.
Right. So again, you have definitely come and shared your opinion that you feel that the riots last week were as a result.
Staged. It was helped along, and other ones are going to try to be helped along by white folk in high command, in high positions. Oh yeah, it ain't over.
Yeah, Kimmy, even blind talk with Kimmy just agreed with you and stated that it was staged and inside.
It was staged.
Yeah, it's kind of bad, but it kind of. I have a lot of white friends, and I hate using that, and this is true. It's just those who want, and I'm quite sure there were some in the marches who really felt that they were doing it for a good reason. Let's just say those who didn't make it to the Capitol, and they probably had some that didn't, that was staying on the outside. It just puts a bad stain on the whole, I guess, or the race of white people. Do you think?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't put a stain on us.
That
damn thing has been there. It's been there since we made slaves come off the ship in Virginia. It's been there since then. Our ways, our wants, our freedoms. We're gonna protect our freedoms and nobody else's. That's been there since we brought slaves to this country.
And I like what you just said. We're gonna protect our freedom. So do you also think that was the case?
Yes. Stop the steal. That's what they were marching for.
Great point.
You had a commander-in-chief that was making a speech, and try to get him into a frenzy. And I saw a video that there was people already at the Capitol, on the steps of the Capitol after his speech. They were getting ready to go in. You can't tell me that wasn't him. that was helping them or inciting that or raising it to a frenzy.
And I hate to keep saying it. I feel that was a great point too, because people feel that sometimes when you say things that it doesn't have a response to it, that you can just say things, and I don't want to get on and talk about the president or whatever, because not that I'm
That's
afraid
fine.
of this, but the point of it is this:
He's getting
you
talked
have
up.
to learn that what you say to people does have, even though you didn't say, well, let's go to go kick some A double, or
Yep.
we're going. Just the
Yep.
way that you say things,
Absolutely.
along with the culmination of everybody else who have said things, that provokes people.
Yes, it does.
Especially people
Yes,
who
it
are
does.
not as strong-minded as others to say, "Well, man, I ain't the right thing." You got other people who want to fall in line and do whatever he's, that's stated. So you kind of have to watch what you say to people, especially the weaker ones, and they're gonna
Yes.
take advantage of and do it. So yes, you do. I agree with what you said. You have to be cognizant of what you do say to certain people, man, for real.
He was warned of that in December by one of his advisors to stop saying inflammatory things like that.
There
He
you
kept
go.
on doing it. He kept on doing it. I can't remember the man's name. I think it was from, I don't remember, but he was warned of that in December. And he still kept doing it.
Wow. So as you sum up what we just talked about, which is Adel LeJune disagrees with the response to the riots on the Capitol, go ahead and give everybody a little 5-minute closing about everything that you said, and just summing up in a nice little bow for everybody as a Caucasian woman.
I apologize, Anthony. I've never been
There's
one
no,
to do
no,
that.
there's no.
I can't do that.
Okay, you just do it.
I can't do that, Anthony. I can't sum nothing up in a package. Nothing. What we saw?
Yeah, just tell everybody.
We saw the same privilege, blatant privilege on display by my peoples. Blatant. They were able to get away with it. They were endorsed by our commander-in-chief. They were probably endorsed by political officials within the Capitol, even though they were counting certifying the electoral votes.
Mm-hmm.
It was endorsed at all levels of power, which in turn gave them power to not be afraid, because they knew they had people on their side. When the hell has black people ever had anybody of power on their side? Never. This privilege that is seen on national TV this week is the same privilege that started when we forced we enslaved black people and brought them over this country in 1619 and totally wiped out all the Native American tribes that you don't even know about anymore, and destroyed all the land that they had. Who's the savage? Who's the savages? You know what? I've heard somebody say, tell the black folk, you need to honor your forefathers. Who were their forefathers? You are telling them to honor their masters. What the hell you're telling them? Their forefathers were the slaves. That's who the black folks' forefathers were. They weren't our forefathers. That's the underlying statement of what you're telling a black man to honor our forefathers, or you call his master his forefathers. That's all I say.
Great. Now I want to ask you, and I want to get the truth out of you, as I've always been doing. So, and just you can answer just briefly. Have you ever had any conflicts with white people?
Oh hell yeah!
When let me finish this. When you ask when you speak as you do about the treatment of black people, and briefly, what would have been the response?
They call me the N-word lover. Nigger space LOVER. And I said, well, hell, at least I love something other than myself, which I can't say nothing for you for.
So why? And then after that, I mean, how does that make you feel when people address you as such when they got here?
You know what? That says more about them than it says about me. I know what the truth is. I have the facts to prove it. I've tried to speak to very significant people in my life, and they knew I had this job, and I was typing all this stuff, and they had the gall to tell me, well, the white man's the worst discriminated person in America. I think you just didn't get your damn way. That's why you're saying that. Shut the hell up.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And if you were the most discriminated man, I guarantee you would have changed that a long damn time ago.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to get your opinion on First Amendment Ed, if you can remember, wants you to check out a man by the name of Dixon White.
I know about him.
Okay.
You ought to check out Trey Crowder too. He's another one. Okay. I know about Dixon White. I'm well aware of Dixon White.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he tells it like it is.
So, this is the situation, you all. I want to thank everybody. Blind Talk with Kimmy, First Amendment Ed, Michael Smith,
Have you got any negative ones up there? I want to address some negative comments.
Okay, I'm trying to. That's why I'm filibustering to see if anybody wants to come. We have over almost 30-something people on here, so make sure y'all, if y'all on YouTube, hit that like button, please do, and share this video. Like I said, from month to month, I try to bring on issues that we, as blind people, are a part of or would like to comment on, as opposed to just cooking and just the normal things that people know that they should know already. You know, so that we could do. But I want to thank hold on. I want to thank my friend Adel LeJune for coming on and giving her candid viewpoint about these riots. I just really hope things will get better and people will understand that, hey, we all living in this world together. Go ahead.
The only way it's going to get better is when black people have a majority voice. That's the only way it's going to get better. That's it. Period.
Okay. Well, Adele, if anybody who has a YouTube channel wants to have her on this show, y'all can definitely get in touch with her through either me or you have like an email or anything like that?
No, just through you. I really would, because I know that you know the population, the YouTube population streets better than I do, and I don't want to just get on anybody's channel because I've disagreed with enough people. I really don't want to. I want you to monitor that. I really do.
All right. Well, don't run from. I know you're not the type to run from disagreements.
No, but you make it extremely fair and extremely approachable, and I am not in the mood.
And like I said, go ahead.
I'm not in the mood to go that route because I was raised like that. I have enough of that in my own personal life. I really don't need to. I just don't.
Well, I appreciate your honesty, man. I love you, man. Really. And this girl's talented too, man. I never knew this about you in terms of, you know, how you with what you had gone through and what have you. So you live and learn, and this what you feel is truth. You can tell a person if a person is faking this one, you know, whatever. This is your honest opinion about what you feel how you feel as a person who is white, and I want to at least thank you for just being honest and coming on. Anytime you have anything you want to talk about, it may take me a little time to get to it.
That's okay.
I'll get you on here, and again, okay. I appreciate your friendship over 30-something years.
Thank you so much, my friend.
Okay. Well, I'm going to let you go to sleep because you've probably been up all night. I'm about to get ready to go to work. You too, share this video, girl, and copy and paste whatever. And
Thank you so much, Anthony.
You're welcome, baby girl. I love you, okay?
I love you, my friend.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.